Well, welcome back and welcome back. And as we get ready to wrap this up, I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm hoping that what you heard so far was a blessing to you. I'm hoping that this will help you to practice gratitude. And I hope when you practice gratitude, the opportunity that comes, it will help to take you to that level. Like we said, it will change your life, not just your life, but it will change your lifestyle because I believe as you practice gratitude, there will be more that you are going to attract into your life to be grateful for. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this last three, which is so good. This is the bonus. And as we was talking about cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we talk about the disadvantages, we talk about the benefits. We give you five on each side. And now we're going to give you three effective ways to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Three effective ways. I've learned these, I've practiced these, and I'm telling you, they have changed my life. So I'm going to give you three effective ways to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Here is the first one. Oh, yeah, here's the first one. Keep a gratitude journal. Keep a gratitude journal. You hear that? Keep a gratitude journal. You know, when I was growing up, I thought it was only women. Women it was the only ones who keep journal. And it's like men don't keep no journal. it, it's recently, I should say, a couple of years down the road, because I've seen my wife. She always writing, always journaling, always writing. And she go back and she read it. And I was like, that's not me. I don't like writing and all that stuff. I'll just say thank you. I just grace and blessed and thank you. And I'm grateful for whatever I have. But I understand now how effective it is to write down what you're grateful for. I've seen so many videos. I've learned so many from so many different people I've listened to. They always encourage you to write down, at least get a book, get a journal, write down at least one thing that you're grateful for every morning. From one, you could go, I mean, to 100 if you want to, but you say at least if you're gonna do something, at least write one down that you're grateful for, and go back and read it. And when I begin to write them down, and I go back and I begin to read them, it means so much more that when I go back and I read them. When I go back and I read them, it's like it's speaking to me. You can feel it on the inside. When I write down, I'm so grateful for my wife. I'm so thankful for my children. I'm so thankful for the air that I breathe. And I go back and I read it. Wow. And you know what it does? It pulled more out of me as I begin to read them. And sometimes when I start to write them down, more coming. You might kind of like struggle for a minute to write the two or three because you already written on those before. But as you stay dedicated and you begin to write, next thing you know, oh, it started to pop, it started to roll. You start to write more. And it's like more comes for you to be grateful for. And you feel more fulfilling. You feel like it is for real now. You're not just saying it out your mouth, but you've gone the extra mile of writing it down to show how grateful you are. You see, when you reflect on the positive aspects of your life and put them in words, it can help you to become more aware of the blessings around you. It helps you to become more aware of the blessing around you when you shift your aspect, when you shift your mindset from a negative mindset or from the things that is missing to that which is positive or that which you have with you right now, and you put them on paper, it means a lot more. It means a lot more to you. You know, here's something that I've done regularly. Like I said, I review my journal. I go back and I review it, and I sit down and I meditate on it. I sit back, I begin to reflect on where I was and where I at today. Where I was and where I at today. And as I begin to reflect, it makes me I become more grateful. I become more grateful, and I see a lot more begin to come into my life to be grateful for. It becomes more meaningful. You begin to feel it, you know, because I used to get up in the morning and complain. I used to get angry getting out of bed because, oh man, it's 8 o'clock again. They got to go. I used to get angry getting out of bed. I get on the phone with the other guys that I'm driving with, and we start complaining from the time we get out there in the morning until the time we get back home. We begin to say, well, wait a minute now, wait a minute. All this complaining, what is it doing? It just it draw more into our life to complain about. So we begin to shift gears and we begin to pray and then we begin to be thankful about things. Again, I'm not saying that you got to go kneel down somewhere and pray. Being thankful is a prayer. Just being grateful for what you have, it's a prayer. And you see, I keep a journal and I have these on Amazon. Me and my wife, we created this. It's a reflection journal for man. I think I'll be able to put the link on there. But I keep my journal. It's a hardcover journal. It's a very good one, and I keep my book that I write my vision into. I never was someone who liked to write. I never liked to write. I like to keep things in my head, but it's a write the vision down, write the plan, put it on paper. So when you go back, because I've read about other people and I listen to their testimony that they write down certain things that they want, and they go back a couple of years, whether it's a house or a car, whatever it is. And matter of fact, my wife wrote down in her journal what she was looking for in a husband, and she read it back to me, and here I am. Here I am. So keep a gratitude journal and go back and reflect on it. Read it and reflect on what you have written. And I'm telling you, you will get into the place of being grateful. And as you begin to be grateful, there's more that begin to come for you. More begin to come so that you can be grateful for again. Continue to keep a journal. I'm telling you, this is not for women only. It works very well. Very well. Here is number two, and this is a good one too. Practice mindfulness and reflection. Practice mindfulness. Be aware of your your thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts. When you practice mindfulness, in other words, when you find yourself is getting ready to drift, to complaining, and to focus on what is missing, bring it back. When you find yourself is saying a negative thing about I won't be able to have this, and it's because of that. Well, stop right in the middle of all that and begin to find something, find an affirmation, something that you can use in a positive way to it's like you washing that out your mouth. Use something positive. Like I said something like divine law and order govern my life, divine peace fills my soul. I use things like that to get rid of if I'm drifting to if I have said something negative, if my mind is going somewhere, if my mind is feel like, it keep racing. I find one of my affirmations that I do every day to counteract that. Practice mindfulness and reflection. Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. Remember where you at right now, because it's in this present moment right now. This is where you are living, not 10 years back, not 10 years ahead. Right now, whatever you're going to do, look at what you have right now, right before you, and be grateful for that. Be grateful for the bed that you just came out of instead of, like I said, I used to get up angry in the morning. I didn't want to go anywhere. I couldn't see the fact that this is a blessing. This is a new day. And especially from my attitude back then, you said it's a different day, same as that kind of attitude. It's like you draw more of that when you get out there. Even while you're leaving home, you draw more of that. Reflect on your present moment. Look at your health and strength that you have. Look at your eyesight. Look at the feet that you have to walk. You have hands. You have a voice. Look at all these things. You have a wife. You have kids. You have good neighbors. Look at all these wonderful things. Look at people that you're going to serve, and you're going to put a smile on their face. And when you get there, see, a lot of us, we just look at work like, I'm going to work and I'm going to work for money. That's all. That's the mental part that they have when it comes to that. But they don't see it also as a service. You're going, look at how you can make somebody happy. Look at what you're doing. You bring stuff in, other people come on there buy. Yes, not everybody gonna appreciate that. Let's keep it on the positive side. Not everybody gonna appreciate what you're doing and say it's good. But you know within yourself the satisfaction that you're getting from it because you value who you are, because you see yourself for the man that you are. You're not worried about what other people think in that negative plight about you. You're doing what you know is right. So live in this moment right here, right now. Practice mindfulness. Be mindful of your thoughts because thoughts also become things. And because when you begin to drift and you begin to think on those negative things, guess what? It begin to manifest in your life. But when you begin to, and you cut that right there, you cut that cord and you plant that positive seed, that's the fruit you're going to get. You're going to reap that harvest from that fruit. So you have to be very mindful. Be mindful of yourself, be mindful of your thoughts, and be mindful of what you have around you, and be thankful right there, right at that moment, right there. Lord, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that I make it to work safe. I'm so grateful and happy that I make it back home. So grateful and happy that I have food to eat on lunchtime. I'm so grateful and happy that I have people to, positive people around me. In that moment right there, be mindful, live in this moment and be grateful. The more you are living in this moment and be grateful, the more you attract into your life because tomorrow may never come. What you have is right now. It's like if you plant the seed, the seed have to be planted today for you to get the harvest tomorrow or this afternoon or whatever. The seed must be planted right now. I have to put that seed in the ground. If I'm going to get harvest tomorrow, I can't plant that seed tomorrow. The seed have to be planted right now. This is the time. So live in the moment. Be mindful of who you are. Be mindful of where you at. Be mindful of your existence right here, right now, and plant those seeds right there. And be thankful that you have a seed in your hand to plant right now. When you are being thankful in the moment right now, you begin to reap the harvest at the right time. So that's number two. Practice mindfulness and also reflect. Take time out to stop and smell the roses. Take time out, stop and smell the roses. I keep saying, I tell people a lot, we are living in good times. They might say, why? Look at the world. That doesn't have anything to do with me. It's me. It's as a man think, he becomes. Right in this moment, it is up to me. Your thoughts is your thought. Your thoughts is your thought. My thought is my thought. I cannot stop you from progressing in life. You can't stop me from progressing in life. Live in this moment right here, right now. Reflect on who you are, reflect on what you have, and be grateful for what you have because it's the seed that you are planting. That's the fruit that you're going to reap. So that's number two, point number two out of these three effective ways to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Number three, that was number two. This is number three. Express gratitude to others. Practice expressing gratitude to others. When you've been thankful for those who go out of their way, who are being kind to you, those who want to help you, those who want to just sow into your life, it also energizes them to want to do more. It energizes them to want to do more. That is a way to create to an effective way to cultivate an attitude of gratitude because as you fuel them and they begin to give you, you have more to be thankful for. It is an effective way to cultivate. When you give, it is given unto you. Give and it shall be given back to you. Give and it shall be given back to you. When you begin to, you make it a habit to express your gratitude to others for their contribution positively into your life, they're going to want to do more. They're going to want to do more. But if you have people around you who are helping you positively, they're trying to help you. And all you're just doing is taking what they're giving you and just kicking it in the sand or throw it in the mud. They come and they get you out of one jam and you just go right back into it again. You just go right back into it again. Okay, they give you a ride and it's like, hey man, I'll see you tomorrow. You don't even appreciate what they're doing for you. I'm not saying that you do things just to get something back. You don't do that. But it is nice when someone can take the time out to say, hey, man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you for looking out, brother. Yeah. You know, they say there's a text in the Bible that say, quick to listen and slow to speak. When you quick to listen, you can get the whole story and then you can respond in a more positive way. But when you're quick to respond, especially when they haven't even finished telling you what the problem is as yet, you will miss the meat of the story. And then you won't even be able to say, well, thank you, man. I so appreciate you. You know, you just jumped out and start bubbling off at the mouth and everything, not even waiting for someone to tell you exactly what happened. Because a lot of times when you get the whole story, it's already changed about 15 or 20 times. But when you practice expressing gratitude to others who are contributing to your life, when you practice acknowledging those who are being so gracefully, who have gracefully contribute to your life. When you practice being grateful for the ones who concern about your well-being, you just energize them to do more. And when they do more, guess what? A whole lot more coming into your life. So that's one way of practicing. That's the third way of practicing. And it's out of the three effective ways of practicing, ways to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. The third one is very effective too. Expressing gratitude to others. And not too many people do that, especially when it comes to those that are close to them. They ignore the one that are close to them because they feel like, I know you for so long. Why should I tell you thank you? I know you. Why should I say thank you? But you see, that's a big mistake that you're making. You can make a big mistake right there because they are contributing just as the one who you don't know. They're contributing just as well. But when you take the time to acknowledge them, take time to recognize the impact people have made on your life and let them know. Let them know how much you value them. Let them know how much you value their contribution. Let them know how much you value their presence in your life. You know, I think men have a problem with this one. A lot of men don't want to tell you how much they appreciate you because you see, they feel like if they do that, other people are going to look at them like they're less than a man. They're not manly enough. They're not masculine enough. So they don't tell you how much they appreciate you and everything. But when that person pass on, and they show up at your funeral and they want to cry and say, talk all this big, hey, you could have told me that while I was alive. Why the heck you come in here talking all that stuff? I'm not even there. But they wait until you die and they come in there talking about it. You know, Nelson was all that, man. You know, he was such a, yeah, man, Nelson was all good. Yeah. Hey, man, tell me. Like they said, don't bring me no roses. I mean, when I'm dead, you bring all them roses. I'm not there. Give it to me while I'm alive. Tell me how much you appreciate me. And I'm going to tell you how much I appreciate you while you are alive. So I want you to hear it from my mouth. I want you to hear it from my mouth. So when you do that, you are cultivating an attitude of gratitude in a very effective way. Because when things begin to happen in your life, it'll be so easy for you to appreciate and tell someone how much you appreciate them. And that also will strengthen your relationship with them. And more will begin to come into your life for you to appreciate, and you will begin to see your life begin to change in different ways. That this is just one way of changing your life or to help you to evolve. Practicing gratitude, amongst other things that we will talk about later. But I want you to get this one because this one, anyone can do this. Anybody can do this. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's not taking anything out your mouth. It's not taking anything away from your home. It's just so easy to say, hey, man, thank you. I appreciate you. You know what? Thank you so much. You never know where you might be or where your family might be or who might need help that still connects to you, that you can call, make one call and tell someone, hey, my daughter is stranded such and such place, have a flat tire. Are you anywhere close by? Can you After all that, you're not going to appreciate them. When you practice gratitude, I'm telling you, it's easy for someone to give into your life. It's easy for someone to render the service to you. So again, this is Nelson. I love you guys. And again, drop me a line and let me know how this has affected you, if it was very effective, and let me know how you doing it. If we can work together, drop me a line and let me know. I'm willing, I'm able, and I know I can help you to transform your life, and not just your life, but your lifestyle, so that you can live the life that you're designed to live. Nothing but good, positive, prosperous, a wonderful life, a wonderful and successful life. Love you guys. Until next time, peace, and we out.